Hi everyone, welcome to Fierce and Pretty. I'm Hanni and I just wanted to do a quick unboxing of a very special deck. And it's special to me because I'm a Finn and this deck is something truly Finnish. Oh, that's Migu. So, in Finnish, it's called Ukon Pakka, and if you would translate it, it would be like a dude's deck or something, if you would go literally. But in English, it's called Mythologia Fennica Tarot. And as far as I know, the book is released in English, but I think that still, if you buy the deck, all the card titles will be in Finnish. And the thing behind this deck is that it is based to the famous Finnish folklore called Kalevala. So what is the Kalevala? It is a really epic and fundamental piece of Finnish history and Finnish culture. Kalevala is a 19th century work of epic poetry compiled by a guy called Elias Lönnrot. He was the national poet here in Finland back in the day. And Kalevala has Finnish and Karelian, a small part of that used to be Finnish that went to the Russians in the war, so in between Finland and Russia. So the oral folklore and mythology written into the Kalevala. The Kalevala is the most significant work of Finnish literature. And so then Susanna Salo created this unique deck. The titles and the imagery is something totally else. It's not anything that we are used to seeing, because it's all based to these mythical creatures in this Finnish historical folklore in Kalevala. The first version, the old Kalevala, was published in 1835, so it's really old. And the current version that we know today was published in 1849. So first of all, the book. It is big. And the amount of research that Susanna Salo did to create this book, she went through the archives and going through a whole lot of material. That's the back side. But here at the end, we can see how many books and publications she has gone through to create this. So 1, 2, 3 full pages of books and literature, and then there's websites. So the book does exist in English, and it has the pictures of the cards are in black and white, but then you have a lot of information about, there are the keywords, then there is part of the story, Then the conclusions of the card. A lot of information. And at least the Finnish book is 298 pages long. And it is a beautiful book. So the cards come in a tuck box. And that's the deck. Let's open it. That's the backs. Oh, that's an empty card. But the card stock is, it's a bit glossy. A bit slippery, I think, for shuffling, but let's see how it handles. So the deck itself is really unique. The imagery, the titles, there are not the traditional titles like the Fool. For example, the Fool here, it's called The Birth of the World, I guess, in English. But because it's all based in the folklore in Kalevala. So I think without the book, it would be quite hard to read. But I'll just quickly flip through the cards. This is called Ilmarinen. It's the name of the dude there. The High Priestess is called the Mother of Lemminkäinen. Lemminkäinen is also one character. A guy in this Kalevala. The Empress is Louhi. The Emperor is Väinämöinen. He's playing this old traditional kantele. I'm actually not sure what that instrument is in English, but I can add it on the titles. And this is called a shaman. The wedding up in north, I guess. It's hard to translate. This is the Lover's card. That should be the Chariot. And this is, he's called Lemminkäinen. And I'll show you the High Priestess. That's his mom. And this is called Antero Vipunen. It's just the first name and the last name as the Hierophant. And this is Sampo. It's a huge part of the story in Kalevala. These are so impossible to try to translate into English, these old folklore words. And in this folklore we have this Tuonelan lautturi, one coming to pick up with the dead. It's called Tuonelan tyttö. So it's a girl there paddling the raffle, and she's coming to collect the dead people. The maiden of the north, I guess, would be this Pohjolan neito. That's the devil. And it just says Piru. It's devil in Finnish. The major oak or the grand oak for the tower. That's the northern star, Pohjan tähti. Pohjolan portit, that's like the gate of the north. päivän päästä. It's just impossible to try to translate. Päivälänpidot, it's about a feast. They had the tree of the world. And then we go to the miners. And there you see the fire, so this would be the ones. He's called Panu. Fire mother, or something like that. Then it's about a horse. Impossible. It's kind of like a bonfire bird, this word, kokkolintu. And this is the birth of the fire. Birth of the iron. The guide of the blind. Väinämöisen kaskituli. So this is Väinämöinen. He was the one playing. He was the. Where are you? So this dude is Väinämöinen, and this is when he's. This kaskituli is when you burn forest. So that's called kaskituli. So Väinämöinen was burning the woods. Lempo, he's like a bat. Fire fox. The bride of the wolf. Here we are in sauna. It's called the spirit of the löyly. Löyly is the word for when you put the fire on the stones in sauna. So that's called löyly. And this is the spirit of the löyly. So it's the heat coming up from the sauna. Something really traditional in Finland that everybody knows, the sauna. This is the golden woman. A dragon. Ahti. So now we go to the cups and to the water, and Ahti, he's the god in the waters, the fisherman's friend who gives the fish to the fisherman. That's Ahti. Vellamo is the name of the character. Vetehinen, so it's just a weird old name to a creature in the water. Aino, that's just a standard woman's name also in Finland nowadays. Ukon Vakka. So Vakka, it's almost like the name of the cards. It's called Ukon Pakka. Pakka is a deck, but Vakka is like a vessel or where you can, like a cup type of thing. And even all these words, because it's old Finnish, in the old folklore, it's really hard even in Finnish. So I try to imagine me trying to translate it to English. She's the it's like a fairy of a fountain, I guess. And these are not, by the way, anyway accurate, my translations. And this is the same. It's the same instrument that I really have to Google what is kantele in English. It's a word that I would never use in English, so let's see. Yeah, it's called the Finnish zither or something, I guess. The instrument. But it's like a guitar type of string instrument that's made out of wood normally. But this one is made out of the jaw of a fish. Hauki, it's a pike. The fish is called pike, and this is its jawbone, and they made the instrument. So it's the name of the instrument kannel, and then it's made out of fish bone. Ikuturso, impossible even in Finnish, it's just the name of the creature. Virvatuli, it's some kind of a fire. This is an elf type of creature. Näkki, this is a creature of the water also. Kurimus, impossible. The fairy of the raft, I guess, would be. I'm not sure. Tuonelan hauki, so this is the pike fish of Tuonela, and Tuonela is the place for the dead people, kind of. And here is Ukko, so this is the dude whose deck this is, Ukon Pakka, because in Finland you bend the words at the end, even if his name is Ukko, and when it becomes something of his, it becomes Ukon. Like here we see how the word, so this means his name, and it's his, Ukon. So this is the Ukko, and this is his deck. Go away. Ilman impi. This is a moose. A raven. A bee, it just says bee. Bee in Finnish is mehiläinen. Easy, isn't it? Lintukoto. Liekkiö. Hyytämöinen. All these words are really impossible. These are not words that we actually use in Finnish, because these are the name of the characters in a really old poetry and folklore books. Hautamaan väki. There you see, hautamaa, it would be like a word for graveyard people. Etiäinen. Kakkiaiset. That is a word that translates a bit to the poop. It makes me think of Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poop, even though it's not the same thing, but the word just implies to poop. Noidankehä, a circle of witches. White deer, valkoinen peura. Käärmeiden käräjät, so it's like a snake trial. Tapio. Yeah, he's a dude. Finnish name. Still used Tapio nowadays. Mielikki. It's also a woman's name in Finland, not so commonly used anymore. And that's just bear. Karhu in Finnish, it's bear. Yeah, and now with the suit, so we are here in the pentacles now. Sorry, I forgot to see the suits. We already went through the swords already, so now we are at the pentacles. Metsänneito, maiden of the forest. Pellon Pekko, so it's something about in the field. Metsänpeitto, it's like a blanket in the forest. Tonttu, Tonttu is an elf. Aarnikratti, no idea how to put that in any sort of word. Para, also is the same. Elättikäärmeet. It's about snakes, but I don't know how to translate the word elätti. Vuorenpeikot, the trolls in the mountain. Maahinen, it's like a goblin type of a thing. Jatulin tarha. Pirityinen. So, as you can see, the deck is really unique, and even for me as a Finn, really challenging. But I really want to get to know, because yeah, I've read part of the Kalevala when I was young in the school. It's part of to know your culture, but I haven't been studying it in any way. But now I have a good reason, because Susanna Salo made this huge project of creating a tarot deck of Kalevala. So there it is, Ukon Pakka. If anybody is interested to know more about Ukon Pakka and this Finnish folklore, because in Finland we don't have the Vikings and those stories. The Kalevala, that's our history. If anybody happens to have this deck who is not Finnish speaking and you would have questions, please, you can put your questions in the comments here, or you can contact me in Instagram or even via email. So don't hesitate to ask. Thanks, bye!